Hello guys, now in this video I am going to discuss about analogical analytics of incidence, diffusion of the viral TBDCOs versus viral corona. Introduction. TBDCOs. The TBDCOs are triple big data cybercriminal organization, that is JNTUH, JSC and FGOT. JNTU JSC is an online organization and FGOT is an offline organization which had existence since 2011. Four crimes are involved in this: State Emblem of India Act 2005 violation, identity theft under Section 66C, IT Act violation, sedition law violation and cheating the nation. The many snapshots of the traces of the TBDCOs were captured as screenshots. They show the cybercriminal website with Indian national emblem in the logo. The usage of the Indian national emblem is simply indicative of the forgery of the national seal of India. In the case of TBDCOs, neither the police nor the judiciary issued prohibition orders against these organizations. The government of India or the government of Telangana or the JNTUH authorities or the Cyberabad police authorities should take necessary actions such as issuing the prohibition orders or release white paper against these cybercriminal organizations in order to diffuse them. Now coming to COVID-19 pandemic, that is the corona pandemic situation. COVID-19 is a deadly virus which started in 2019 and it affected many people's life. It has spreaded very widely and very fastly, and government has taken several steps to reduce the spread, but people did not effectively understand the situation. Many people face the loss of their loved ones suddenly. The approaches like social distancing, self-isolation, avoiding the gatherings, following proper protection gears like mask, sanitizer, hand wash, gloves, etc. were followed to a good extent, but that became a burden for the poor people. Poor people suffered a lot due to this pandemic. Government must supervise all such situations and strengthen the mind of people so that everyone obeys and follows the guidelines strictly. The amenities for good care on police, doctors, nurses, cleaners, etc., and proper guidance to the people of the nation were helpful still to fight the national life. Undoubtedly, COVID 19 became a huge threat for our nation and it can get ended soon. Two stakeholders, government and people of its country. National challenges, TBDC vis viral corona. The COVID-19 pandemic is a greatest threat to the nation, and not only to our nation, it created a huge impact on many other countries also, and it became a challenge for many countries as it affected day-to-day life and led to huge loss of human lives. The country faced and is still facing a lot of losses. The spread of corona can imperil the nation. The safety, welfare, and economy of the nation has become a threat due to corona. Such a virus is compared with the TBDC virus, a national hazard, as both are national challenges. Both COVID-19 and TB diseases have had viral spread, but corona is a biological entity. The viral spread of TB disease in the sense that nearly 2,500 registrations were online for citizenship under TB disease mean that Telangana higher education environment turned foul to assume cybercriminal dimensions. The national breakdown due to corona is very much perceptible, but TB disease is imperceptible. Corona is a pandemic and is incident throughout the length and breadth of India, but TBDCOs are cybercriminal organizations due to which Telangana is affected by these cybercrimes. The higher education environment is badly affected due to TBDCOs. Corona is a health hazard, but TBDCOs are not health hazards. In the backdrop of cybercriminal setting, the Telangana polity turned detrimental to national ethos. The forensics for COVID-19 are observations of the symptoms and reports of the laboratory tests made. The forensics for TB are the results of a cyber forensic tool, Wayback Machine, which is an AI agent software and a web robot. Many snapshots of the traces of the TB is collected thus. There is no proper governance to diffuse both the viral cases. In case of corona, many people died. No proper facilities at hospital, no proper care for doctors, nurses, cleaners, police, etc. In case of TB disease, no action was taken. Prohibition orders or white paper was not released by the government. The quality of life is at stake due to COVID-19 and quality of digital national life is at stake due to TB disease. Routes for national development. The twin viral cases, corona and TBDCO, are considered national threats and a menace to the national development. The two case studies are similarly relevant as they are national threats and hence explored here for diffusion approaches at incidence level as at the legacy level, which means nothing but the exploration for the roots of national development. People Governments Form is established in 2017 in associated with Paris Foundation. The PGF webpage URL is it includes PhD scholars, senior faculty of JNTUH affiliated colleges, MTech, BTech, MCA, MSc, BA, BSc students as its members. Every member of PGF have their own way of making remedial measures towards cyber policing TBDCOs. It follows a remedial approach, establishing a remedial measures for the non-fintech cyber crimes. It imparts the patriotism into the students, provides guidance and counseling so that they do not perpetrate nation abusive cybercrimes but instead remedy them. There are many foreign students in the universities in Hyderabad. The existence of such Indian abusive cybercrimes gives cue to them in this age of cyber warfare. The foreigners can easily partner with the cyber criminals for disruptive academics which imperils the nation and the resultant poses a national menace. So the PGF has taken the responsibility of remedying through many approaches. PGF has undertaken the task of cyber policing the maladaptive management in Telangana academics. To diffuse the national threat corona, the strategies employed by the government is necessary but may not be sufficient unless and until the people of the country also become responsible in diffusing it. Similarly, to diffuse other national threat, TBDCOs, the method strategies employed by PGF forum are not sufficient. One and all of the stakeholders involved are required to take necessary action to diffuse it and mitigate its consequences. PGF's cyber policing legacy is significant in the development of smart city, Hyderabad, as well as Telangana and India, as long as the prevalence and existence of TBDCOs. To diffuse the TBDCO, PGF cyber policing solution through online guidance and counseling is one approach. The similarity of both the cases is mentioned below. The solution methodology to diffuse corona is by removing irritational thinking in stakeholders and replacing it with the rational by proper guidance to them. The stakeholders of the case with respect to the viral corona are people of the nation and the government. The people of the country need to understand how much the below points are important to follow in order to diffuse corona. To understand the fact of situation, to know the prevention methods, to not communicate when not sure of information, to know what to communicate, to be aware of on what to do, what when situation is changing, to perform aggressive testing. The government having huge responsibility of diffusing the viral corona have to trace and isolate people, provide proper facilities at hospitals, provide support to the frontline fighters, provide good instructions, guidance and counseling to its population. The stakeholders of the case with respect to viral TB are students, faculty, JNTUH authorities, Telangana government, Indian government and police authority. The students need to understand how much the below points are important to follow in order to diffuse TBDCOs. PGF has taken the responsibility of disseminating all these into the students with proper guidance and counseling. To understand the facts of the case study TBDCOs, to understand and follow the cyber ethics, to follow the remedial measures towards this non-phonetic cybercrime, to possess Mother India consciousness, national integrity, academic ethics, respect for constitution and commitment towards the nation. The Cyberabad police or JNTUH or GOI having huge responsibility of diffusing the viral TBDCOs have to release a white paper together with the prohibition orders against the TBDCOs, break the cyber criminal legacy of TBDCOs, make smart cyber policing. And now coming to the conclusion, we have considered two viral cases here, the corona and the TBDCOs as national threats, one with cyber criminal legacy and the other with non-cyber criminal legacy. The two case studies are explored for diffusion approaches at incidence level as well as the legacy level, as similarly relevant as they are national threats. We has focused on the deleterious effects of the incidents and the legacy with respect to viral corona, which viral corona TBDCOs from analytical perspective. We conclude reiteratively that prohibition orders and white paper release by any or many of the four stakeholders against the TBDCOs are as much necessary as against